Welcome back to the Ultimate Wolf. Today I am building the Blokees, Deadpool, and Wolverine champion class. Wolverine. I did make this video about one of the WonderCon booths. WonderCon was today, well, Saturday, day when I'm streaming this. StreamYard, but yeah, I went to WonderCon today. There wasn't a lot of stuff. There wasn't the mystery boxes, a bunch of different shirt booths. There wasn't a lot of things that's been there before, so I decided to get these two. There's another one, but that will be its own like little separate right stream, which is the Blokees Marvel Rivals Champion Class Spider-Man. So yeah, I'll build Spider-Man a little bit later. I'm just doing the Wolverine right now, so it should be about an hour long, but this is part of their champion class line. I'll show the box off quick. So you can see there's Blokees at the top, Wolverine right there. $25, but that's how much I paid for it. These needs to go for $20 on the Blokees site. Marvel Studios, Deadpool, Wolverine. Wolverine right there. You can see that nice artwork. 101 pieces. Champion class. Marvel, Deadpool, and Wolverine. Wolverine. No tools required. So you don't need no paintbrush. There's no painting on. There's no glue, so you do not need glue, and there's no cutters. They rate this in as a medium size, so small, medium, large. So, but this is a medium size kit. This is a model kit, age 14 and up. There's their code right there. Dimensions is 13.14 centimeters, and that's 5.3 inches. There you go. So there's your warning. No one under 20. Side of it, there is a nice image of Wolverine with claws, and there's pockets over the top. Same thing, but this time it's Deadpool and Wolverine logo. The top box, Deadpool and Wolverine, Blokees, so kind of same thing you saw on the box. Bottom of the box, there's that. Back the box. Blokees, yeah, Wolverine, which is kind of cut off. You can see there's Wolverine in the action pose. It so does show off his accessories. There's a couple of accessories. So you have shoulders, and you have the regular fist without the claws, regular hands without the claws. So you can replace the shoulder parts. So if you want to have the shoulder armor on his shoulder, you can remove it, or you can remove that armor. So that's why you do have the replaceable head sculpts. So on this one, you can see it's like a closed face, and this one is and like most work angry, and then this one's like you can see his like teeth right there. So you can do that, and then there he is with the pose, and you can see the teeth again. You can see it's parts come on the sprue. There's the claws, the way that the light hits it. But yeah, there you go. So let's get this one opened up. But yeah, I'll build the Spider-Man later. So I'm just gonna I have my scissors inside because it's taped right here. So let me grab my scissors real quick and open it. And up. Probably should do it this way. That way I can at least get this scissors in here. Here, got that opened up. So there you go. See, everything does come out in a little nice tray. Well, let me open these up. Okay. So that's everything. I'm making sure. Yep, that's everything. So here's your sprue parts. So you can see it's on everything's on sprue. You can see right there. That's the exposed skin. Here is these bits are loose. This looks the part of the Wolverine armor. And chest piece, I can see shoulders probably. So yeah, that's the armor. And this is again loose pieces. There's the crotch I can see, and probably some of the leg bits. So there's that. So there's those two are just loose. Here is the joints bag. Joints bag. So again, there's that. These are all loose. These are on sprues. So some are on sprues, some aren't. It's for like the action figures, and some others they do sprues with the instructions side. And this last bag is again sprues. So yeah, you have some sprues and some not sprues. right there. So I'm just showing it. I'll take a look at the screws when I'll take them out. So let's look at the instruction for a moment. So here they are. It's look, you can see it's the same image that we just saw in the front of the box. Back it's Deadpool Wolverine. There you go. So let me open this up here. So and it's like a little pamphlet because the bigger kits, like the action edition, it's like a little book. So it just lists all the individual part list right here at the top, and then it says right here parts list, so you can see all your sprues. There's not a lot of sprues. There's 5 sprues: A1, B1, C1, A2, and C2. So it shows for optional. So if you want, sorry, if you want, you can. It shows you the face. So one is one's the smirk. It looks like, and then one's the he's showing his teeth right there at the top bottom over here. So you can see there's the shoulder with the armor, and then there's the claw, and then there's the no shoulder without the normal closed hand. So yeah, then you just open this up, and then it just tells you how to build everything. So his head first, his left arm, his right arm, and then if you flip it over here, it finishes everything off. His chest, build his crotch, his right leg, and his left leg. So there you go. So yeah, that's it. And then yeah, that's it. So there's that. I mean, I work on least to the left and then work my way over to the right. And then once everything is all done, then you're gonna build a Wolverine. I'll probably start with the closed hands for now, and then do the claw hands too, in the regular face. Also, just say place replace with different hands slash accessory with different hands according to the weapon slash accessory combination and your needs. So there you go. So I'm gonna start with the head and work my to then the arms, and I'll work on the legs. So there you go. So I'll just close that up. So now it's smaller page. I'm gonna do a drop down kind of look, and I'm gonna have the instructions to the side so you can kind of see them. Or not. But before I do that, let's take a look at those parts because I don't know which ones I'll need. I'm just gonna put that there. There. So yeah, you only have 5 bags. No stickers, so that's nice. So you don't have to deal with small stickers, which could be annoying. I'm just gonna get empty the bags real quick. Snip right there. So let's look so you can see all this detail and stuff. Let me make sure nothing's in the bag. Okay. So yeah, this looks like the back of him there. So you can see it's all nice. The blue is on there, painted on or molded on. Well, the back of the blue. Here's the front of the chest. You can see the ab right there. You can see the blue right there and that little line. So that's nice. Here is probably the thigh armor. Too. You can see all that oh, sorry. There's one of the thigh armor. And since I have the box right here, I can kind of look. Yeah, this looks like the thigh armor right there. So that's nice. So yeah, you get 2 thigh armor or 1 thigh armor. There's only one in this bag, so we'll see. Here is one of the hips, maybe hip armor. So it will look like that. We'll attach, but I won't really attach it until later. So we'll see. But yeah, this is or it could be the waist armor, the lower waist, the lower abs. So we'll see what this goes, but this might be the lower abs. I can look on the this is the lower abs. So there you go. That's gonna be the rest of his abs. You can see the blue right there, and then the back of it, or it could be the opposite, but we'll see. So there's that. I'm just gonna put everything else to the side. Don't need, and then so this could be these are probably the shoulder armor bits. So you get 2 of them, one for right, one for left. Just gonna put all the parts to the side. So yeah, this is probably a thigh armor or foot armor right there. And this could be one of his foot or his leg, because depending on the joint looks like. And same, so yeah, you get 2 for those side. And you have these 2 small bits. right there, and then there, well, that's the bottom, but yeah, then there's the top. So you got that. You do have his left hand, so you get his left claw, his left roping hand, and then you get the left claw fist, which you gotta add the claw, and you also get this small bit there. Okay, so I'm gonna put that to the side, and I'm gonna open up. I'm just gonna get the loose bits done. Oh, and then anyone who is wondering where is WonderCon, that's in Anaheim, California. So just realized I never did mention it. Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of show you. So yeah, we have this side over there. I'm just making sure. Yeah, so you have that side. So for more of the armor, this is probably the wrist arm, the arm out. That's yeah, I think this is the arm out. That's the leg mount I just showed. And let's see, you have these bits right there. Granted, we'll see where everything goes when I start building. Okay, yeah, that's the forearm. So I'll set that to the side. I'll set this to the side. Here's the front of his crotch. See, the red is painted on you in that little blue, which it kind of hard to tell. Focus. Okay. And then, yeah, there's the other hip, the other thigh. So then you have your other hand and you have the other leg. So I'm just kind of putting like all the smaller, the non screw bits to the side and the joints all be big open when we're about to start building. Just gonna put that over here to the right side so you can kind of like still see it right there. So that way I can see everything. And I'm just gonna open up the screw bits real quick and look up the screw. Screws and then I'll get to building. Screws, runners, you can call it whatever you want. That's a bag empty and okay, well, here's his claws and they're long too. That's the claws. So there you go. I'll set that to the side just to make it easier. And then here is the one. So yeah, you have two different masks. They're the same unless they're different angle. They're the same, so you have two different masks. Oh, so that way two different faces. Okay, so that way you can swap out, the face for the one smirking hand. Oh yeah, replace with different face sculptor according to the accessory. So I don't know why, but yeah. But this bit right here, that's the top of the mask. I see it in the image. So, but yeah, you have that. So you can see, well, there was the horns. You got these bits, which are probably for the feet or hips, crotch. But yeah, you can sell like, see, here's like the foot padding right there, and there, so you can see that's nicely done, and then that's labeled too. So yeah, you're not gonna have a lot of screws, so just a couple, only 3, 5 in total. So this one has more yellow, so this is more yellow bits, but this is also B1 right there. So you can see like the his ass, the side of it, the legs, the knee armor from what it looks like, or one of the armors right there, neck. But yeah, there you go. So there's that. I'm gonna put that to the side. So we just got A1 here. Let me do this. At least do that. That way you can like still have like a background. So you can still kind of see it. And then the last one, which has the last 2 pieces, well, last 2 screws, I should say. And throw this empty bag in here, and then I'll show you the screws. But yeah, I just throw the bags in back in their sprue in their bag, in their sprue they came in their box, so I don't lose a deal with all these bags. So this is his faces. So yeah, you can see there the sculpt. So this is the normal face. So you can see there's that, and then if I flip it around, there is the grinning face. So there's that. And we have a one which is just the rest of his skin parts. Well, rest of his skin parts right there. So probably shoulders, elbows. But yeah, we'll see when I start putting Wolverine or Logan together. But yeah, so yeah, only 5 sprues. So you don't get a lot of sprues. So and then obviously you have the loose pieces too. So I just have those up 5 where I can still like grab them, and I'm making sure there's nothing like on top of each other. So that way it doesn't make it harder for me. And also kind of just flipping parts over so I can just grab its other pairing really quick. Now it's like organized for me at least. You can't see it from the camera angle or where it's at. S- That and I'm also just making sure I have all the right pieces, all the right duplicates. Well, not duplicate, but yeah, for some of them, like all the duplicate the 2 parts together near each other, so I can like see it when I put it on. Okay, there we go. There. That way, at least I kind of have it more organized for me up to side. Okay. So let me open the joints right here. So the last bag, which yeah, they were loose. So I'm just gonna pour them out. Don't you roll away from me. Sure. That in the bag. Okay. Yeah, so you just have like the ball joints and stuff like that, the different connections and stuff like that. So there you go. So I'm gonna put these off to the side. That way they don't, roll away. And then they're all out of frame. So there, I can do this. There. That way it's not like a frame. Okay, like a little surprise. Okay, well, now I'm gonna angle the camera up and give it a drop down look. So that's how I usually build, and I'll bring it straight up. So probably lower it too. That way you could like see what I'm building. Okay, so well, we're building his mask first. So just gonna put the instruction right there and bring the camera up. So that way, like I can see where I could place it too. So we need what is this piece? We need one of the ball joints. So let me see which one. Is it one? I don't think it's that one. Hold on. Because there's multiple loose pieces, so I'm just making sure I have the right connection. Just be over here. Because they're only giving me one angle of it. So that could be, but that's B1. Okay, I see why that was a loose piece. That's why. Okay, never mind. Okay, I'm good. Got it figured out. That was a loose piece. So you want the mask first. So we're gonna build his face so he can at least look at you. Yes. So yeah, you want this piece. I'll bring this over so I can like know where to place it. Okay, you want C18 and B13. B. Wait, 3. 318. Okay. 8. Okay, that's C13 in that way. So let me just pop it off this brew. I was looking at the wrong sheet. I was looking at B1. I was looking at C1. All right, well, hide it. So it's this piece. I'll just set right there. And let me grab the B1. Let me organize it better so I don't get confused. There. Okay, and now I need 8. Number 3, because this is going to be the back of his head. So yeah, there we got this. So now I'm going to attach these together. So you want to so this is going to be the back of the head of Logan's head. You want to take this piece. I'm seeing what angle you want it, what you want it with the post up or down. Post up or post down. So I can look at it. Yeah, it looks like you want it down. That looks like it sits too far down. Looks like it down. The instructions do look like it is telling me to put it down. Okay. And then you want to take the front of the mask and put it on. Right there. Well, checking. Yeah, I mean there that looks good there. So that's the part of the mask. So that we have your ball joint right there. So we can look like that, almost look like a Magneto-esque. A2 2 and C1 2. C1 2, which is the cowl. Well, part of the cowl. Well, the front, the full cowl. And let me just pop off the face real quick. But yeah, there's one of the cowls. Because we're going to build the other head there. So we'll have 2 heads. And this is the more column based Logan. I'm just popping off camera to make it easier. But I'll at least build it on camera. And guess what? We're going to finish our first row. Okay, so this will, his head will sit on that little post. And there's 2 little posts on that post. And then there's 2 little pegs, 2 little ports right there. And that mask will go on. And this will go on. Why aren't you going on, Logan? Hold on. Let me do it off camera because this isn't going on. Or it's not like, slowly. It's sitting at his home, so yeah, that was the right way. You want that peg. The cow would probably also hold this in because this isn't holding in. I mean, there, I got it in, so it's at least not popping off. off. So yeah, this is gonna well secure it. So there's two bigger posts at the top, and there's that post on the where the nose would be, and that cowl would go right on top and fill that out. So that way you can see it's like oh, it will be like that. Just getting it on because I had to angle it half. Here, yeah, let me do that. Let me put the mask on the cowl bit on his face, and then I'll put it on the mask. So here we go. Make sure it's pushed in all the way. There we go. How's that? So yeah, you can see it's more his calm face. So I'm gonna set that to over here so we can like still see it. Oh, there, you can still see it. Okay, now we're gonna do the same thing. I'm just gonna build it quick, but we're gonna build these opposite heads. So grab the other face, small piece, and then grab the other well, no, just the other front of the mat, back of the well, grab this. Because then everything else is on the sprue. So I'm gonna just build the other face and I'll show it off. But yeah, we're about to finish a sprue in a minute. Or less than a minute, a few seconds. It's the same build. You're just doing a different face for it. You only get two faces, so. By the way, we finished the first. Well, I finished the first brew. That was just the face brew. Okay, I'm just gonna touch the face real quick, and then you can see the well optional face. And again, I'm just gonna put it on the mask, the cowl, and then I'll put it on the mask itself. That seems at least the easiest for me to do. Here you have your closed mouth, and on the right you have your more like angry Logan. You can see that teeth off done in the white. So there you go. You have your face options. You have face options, which are nice. Sure, nice. So you don't have to like head options, so you don't have to like remove the whole face and swap out. Okay, so we are gonna build Logan's left arm. I'm just gonna sure, yeah. So we're gonna build his left arm, then we're gonna build the right arm. It's gonna be the same, just opposite. So you want A3, A1 basically, where this will build. So and then I'm just double checking, making sure like nothing's hidden okay, up there. Right. Okay, that's it. And then you're gonna build that, and then you're gonna connect it. Hold on. Okay, that's the shoulder with the hinge. And that just sits in there. Okay, then you build this lower half, and then you connect it all together. Okay, let's build Logan's arm. Left arm, so he can have his left hand back. So you want A1 3, A1. You want 3, 15, 14. 3. I'm just kind of also making sure you want it in that orientation. So you want it this way, sideways, well, that direction. What, 15? 15, yeah. It's a small piece. I'm going to just put it on real quick. So at the top of the shoulder, well, at the top of the joint, there was a little post, and this does all the port, and this one does have a post, so you're just gonna put it in, and then that will sit right there. And you want to take 14, and that will sit on the other side to well, side which goes up. Up. So we got 14. I see it has like a little notch. So it looks like you want the notch inwards. Okay. So on this piece, there is like a little notch right at the bottom. It's gonna be kind of hard to tell. See, so on one side there's like a little notch, and then one side there isn't. So you want it this way, with the notch in the bottom sitting in there, and then just well, squeeze it together. Just do this that way, because this is gonna be have the shoulder joint. Okay, so it's like this. Now we're gonna add the shoulder, like I mentioned. So I'm gonna probably just angle that a little bit, the ball joint up. And angle that to kind of like help with this side. So you want to take a 18 and 5. So that the post goes down at the back and 5 goes up there. I'm gonna kind of orient it so it's like this. That's with the peg down. So let me look. So you want it like this direction, orientation up there. You want number 18. 18. So we have 18 on. 18 we go right here with the in that with the post. there. So it's gonna be, let me just wiggle it on and get it more fully more in right there, because that's gonna sit right there. We're gonna tell move the arm more when I have it more connected. So like that, let me just bring the little hinge up and make sure that's pushed in all the way there. And then you want to take, well, seven, five, five. I'm just looking at another step. Five. You pop five off, and then I'll do this. Touch it. And better. Five. That will go on that post, and this will sit there. If it is lined up. Nope, it's not. Okay, let me see. Okay, so it's like that. So I'm gonna attach the shoulder pad. So this one, you want to have the stripe going out. So there's a stripe going out, and there's a little socket right there for the ball joint to go in. Or bag. You want that small ball joint going on. That way, because this is your shoulder pad armor. Shoulder pad arm. Or if you don't, uh, I just put it upside down. I mean, just fix it. There we go. That is your shoulder pad armor. I just realized there. So that way, if you want, you can give them a shoulder pad, or if you want, you can, bring this up and then get it like out of the way for when you bring the arm up. So you can do that if you want. Granted, it's gonna be a lot easier to show when I have it fully built. Or so now I'm gonna build the optional one real quick. That's the other side, so without the shoulder pad, and then I'll build the lower arm because that's just the arm itself. 16, sorry, 6, 4, 17. 6, 4, 17. 6. Just looking for 6. That one. 4 and 17. So this piece will sit kind of loose right now, but that will sit in here. It's gonna kind of, so you can get an idea. That will sit right in there. Yeah, that just complying, but granted, it's not like connected yet. So let's connect. Let me add the connector, which is number 17. And 16 is the other side. There we go. Okay, so then like how I mentioned earlier, how you want, if you want, You can have the shoulder without the armor or a shoulder with the armor. So you have your option. So this is the well, with the first shoulder I built with that shoulder pad. That's the with armor. The one I'm building now is without. So you can say like damage and then you removed it or something like that. Or if you just like the armor in general. So this will go on that post, and let me just get all the way in. And then this would go on the opposite side, and we'll make it the shoulder. And there, that went in good. So this is without, and the other one was with. So I'm gonna put the shoulders right there. Now I'm gonna build the forearm. So you want 2, 11, and 13. 2, 11, and 13 in that order. Here, 2 real quick. So it has that little like ring and then that little post. That's important. So you want to get 11. That's 11. And 8. Sorry, 13. 13. I was looking at the wrong next step. That's why I almost said, that's why I said 8. And then I realized. And it's been a long day. I've been up since like 9:20 a.m. I only got 8 hours of sleep the past few days. So, yeah. But you got to, I'll get better sleep now since I'm home. So this will go on, and then that was in the middle. Wait. Do you want the this will go in the middle? Let me see. This might have to build off. What? Yeah, 13. It's 13. I see it. I see it. How it goes. Okay, see, there's that post right there, and then there's that one. And then this side will sandwich onto the other side. That's what it took me a second. But there I got it. So that, and you do want to make sure that is pointing towards the back. Okay, now you want to take 10 and 8. 10 and 8. Good thing they were right next to each other, so I didn't have to like, look around the whole thing. Let me see. Let's go. I knock over a piece, but okay, it's right here. So this goes on this side, and then that will go. The other side will go on that side too. Secure it, and then you're going. yeah, that's how it's going. Just get that in and give it a little squeeze. Give it a little squeeze. Okay. Now we're going to take the armor itself. So you want to take, yeah, it shows there's like a little yellow. Wait, where is this going? On that. How's this connecting to Logan's arm? Okay, I see. We're going to attach the hand connector to the forearm. So you want to attach this piece here, and this is going to go right here. It forms his gauntlet. And there, that's how I didn't know how that was connecting. And then the other side, this has that little post, and then this is just going to go sandwich on top of it and sit right there. With that yellow line, a lot, kind of almost aligning, and then you just make sure this is pushed in tight. So that way his arms are, well, his arm is good. So that way you have, and then you'll have a double jointed band, and you can see like that one will in the arm. There. Okay. Then you also want to take A1, 1/6. A 16 was his elbow pad. And then I'll attach the hand and claw. But I'm probably gonna do like just a normal closed fist, and then I'll do the weapon hand, well, claws. The normal relaxed hand, like, before it gets involved, then I'll swap over to the more angry face and then the other. Okay, so the elbow pad will just go in the back, and you just want to peg it on. So that way it sits straight that way. Make sure it's straight as it possibly can be. That way it looks like, well, it's cleaned up. That's nice. So yeah, see, that's the port you want for the hand, because we're going to add that joint in a sec. So let me attach the ball joint. So it's a one with the little post and round bit in the middle. Yeah. Okay. So this will go in. Which I might have to off frame. Also, you want to do the shoulder. So yeah, I'm going to do the armor side, and I'll do the unarmored version. Oh, there, like that. That way you can see his arm is fully, well, one arm's fully complete. Okay, let me grab this. Let me do a soft camera, because this is a ball joint. I don't want to break it. Or, well, drop loose this ball joint, I mean. Go in your home. This is this side. Because it could be one side, specifically for the top, and one side for the bottom. Everyone in another way. So, but yeah. Now let's build Logan's fist, his claw. So let me grab the claws, and we're gonna finish the A sprue in a minute. Let me see if the claws are numbered same. So 2, 1. See, 2, 1. Let me just check. There, that we have the claw. So now you want to take your claw hand. You want to make sure it's the left side. And on the left side, you will see like, well, it's gonna be the same, but this is the left side, so this is just gonna line up. And there, and you can just pack that in. So that way it looks like his claw is coming out. So there's that. So I'm gonna put that with the spare shoulder pad and the other head, so I know which one. And I'm just gonna put the regular, like, relaxed fist, relaxed hand on, and with the globe design there. The ball joint going in. Looks like straight. So there we go. But yeah, I'll take a look at articulation before I go when I'm done at the end with both sides, so you can see everything all nice and ready. So there's that. I just have the parts I'm not going to use, so I'm just gonna put these under here. And I'm just going to build the other side. So I'm just going to kind of go quick again and build the up both shoulders, and then I'm just going to move the instruction out of the way so you can like see that look. So I'm just going to actually get the sides, the parts that I need prepared. So I'm just going to bring them more like in the middle. Well, the ones I know I need now. I'll bring both hands too. And wait, where's the other? Oh, there it is. Okay. So because all those parts I'll need. Okay, so I'm just gonna quickly build off camera. All right, again, it's just easier for me. Okay, we're gonna build the right side, so pretty much all those pieces we need. Well, again, just opposite way. 3, 15. And I'm just gonna a little shoulder bit to fill it out. And I'm just gonna build the rest of the shoulder. And 5. At the end, I will do like quick thoughts of the kid. So just mentioning that now in case you're wondering. a piece fell on the floor, so give me a sec. But I did at least finish the other shoulder pad. Shoulder. I'll at least put that right there. Have it quick. Got it. Yeah, it was the ab piece, so I'm just making sure nothing's near the edge, so I don't have to do that again. Well, reach under the couch. But I got it. Okay. So I'm just gonna build the other side of Logan's arm. I'm gonna bring that more over to the left so that we can like, kind of see like the button. So yeah, I'm just gonna build the other shoulder and then I'll build the forearm again. 17. Four. Get the ball joint on real quick. I'll do. And the last shoulder bit. Soon we'll be done with another sprue. And then we can work on Logan's legs and bulk him out. And build his legs and his torso. And that's the other shoulder. So he has both shoulders. Well, complete. Now I'm just gonna build the forearm real quick. Yes. I'm just working on the lower arm and then adding those pieces. Good. Just gonna add the elbow pad on here. I'm gonna pop the claw off and then just build the attach the shoulder and then we'll have a second arm for Logan. Just gonna put this back in here. I'm done. Oh, with all these pieces. me throw the also by the way, sprue finish. Add that back up there. Bag. Whoops. Yep. Collapse this up so I can throw this back in here. I'm just gonna pop the claw off and then up the sprue with the right claw and then have another sprue done. The claw blades are softer plastic. Too. By the way, sprue done. Oh, sprue done. So yeah, we just gotta do the. There's only 2 sprues left, so yeah, it's a quick build. Granted, you just can't no loose parts. So I'm just gonna build the left arm, sorry, the right arm, and I can build the last 2. Okay, let me just do this real quick. Last little bit to give it that detail. And just like the previous time, I'm gonna put this to the side. But there's the other hand. That's done. Going to at least attach it to the shoulder that I'm using. And put the shoulder that I'm not using for right now off to the side. I'm gonna get a ball joint connector so I can put it on his arm. I'll connect his hand to his body. Yeah, I see it now for the ball joint for his arm. One side is longer from what it looks like, and one side is shorter. I do like the detail on his hand that you can see like that. Well, the thumb, everything. So dog's outside barking at the store. Is a furry beast. I'm just cleaning up like little nubs from the sprue. Especially from where you can like see it on the skin, so that way it looks like normal. But yeah, you can say it's like a bullet wound from the sprue mark. Yeah, so it's the healing factor. You can't really. Yeah, I'll talk about posability. But yeah, there. That's the other arm done. So they're both. He has 2 arms done and a head done. Well, 2 arms, a shoulder, the other hands, and the head done. So now I'm just going to build the else, which is the claws. So I'm just going to swap the instructions over. so I can build the claw, well, everything else. So we gotta leave it fully open for this because it's kind of half and half. So over here, so I'm gonna do this. To put all the loose pieces at the top, so all the little loose bits. This bits here, I can put them like right behind there. And there's the pile of loose sections, loose bits. I'm gonna put the head and arms over here. It's right there. I'm gonna do it like that. There. That way you can see, well, that way I can at least know I put it in the middle spot. That would work. And now I only have 2 sprues, so we're gonna finish this. So let me throw Wolverine's box back up there because I took it off to the side. There we go. Just never put it back up here. That way you can like see it in the backdrop, which you can't really tell. I'm gonna put the sprues on the table so that way I at least can reach over here, reach forward instead of reaching back. Okay. So we're gonna build his chest assembly. So you want to take, just gonna move the part over out of the way so that nobody's on top again. Please over here. I'm just gonna kind of get this a little bit better oriented. There we go. Back. Just like this over here. Don't you roll with me? And four. Beds for his legs. Go over there. We'll go here. I'm just kind of like organizing it better. Uh, I can at least like have all the ball joints, little ball joints right here, which you can't really see, but you can kind of make that out. Okay. Now I can like see everything and well, instead of like looking around. Okay. So you want to take this section. Where is it? Okay, C1. So this piece, this room. I'm gonna take these big circle ones off. So I'm just gonna pop off up right. So yeah, I just move it around slightly or angle it slightly that will lose its tension and pop off. So yeah, do that on both sides. So let me just pop this one off real quick. That popped off a lot easier. Good. I'm just cleaning this up real quick because this is gonna be his shoulder joint. Where the shoulders will connect to the body. Where the arms connect on Logan. I think these will be hidden too, but just to make sure, like these a little bit so don't mess it up. There, so there's one. Let me just clean the other side. A circle, which this one's actually cleaner. Those bits, which go here, sorry. These bits. They're the same. So okay, and then now you want to take this section, this one right here. See, like I hold this down while I move that piece. So that way it's a lot easier. And then spin it there. That's done. So I'm gonna drop that in here. And I'm just gonna clean this off really quick. Make sure it's all nice and clean, which it pretty much is. Okay. So yeah, you see these this with the two pegs and they're sticking out, and then there's nothing at the back. This is gonna be the front. You want to take these? There's a little post underneath, and you see there's like well insert for a ball joint. This will go on here, and then this will just sit well forward. That way you can like move it. There's like a little notch cut out too for movement for articulation. So yeah, he's gonna have a butterfly joint. Butterfly joint. Oh, you go on easy or do you got to it? There. That way it's like that. And let me just make sure it's all the way down. All right. There we go. And that one. There we go. That way, yeah, that's gonna be nice with the butterfly joint. Okay. You want to take the B12. That's over here. Okay, let me pop this off. I wrote it down on camera, but it popped off easily. And this is his neck. So this is just going to drop down on it with like this bit forward. And now we're going to take the chest pieces. So let's see if this one, okay. So I'll do it this way. So this is going to be the back. So this is going to go on this square-ish square cube. This will peg it into the middle. Up there, that way, that's going to be Logan's back. And then the chest will go on those two pegs. And there is also these four other little pegs post. So just to get everything lined up, like so. And you can see like all that texture. You can almost like feel the texture. See the well of the suit. I mean, just make sure it's all the way in. There we go. That way you can see this suit done. Well, the chest done. That way you can still have your, your forward, your back and forward joints. So that's nice that how they did that with that piece. Then you have your neck that can move back that far and forward that far. Because who does he look down to? Or but yeah, he doesn't really look up to anyone if you think about it. Maybe when he's yeah, there's that. I'm just kind of making it straight there. But yeah, there's that. So well, okay, but that is done for now. Wait, yeah, that's done for now. So we're gonna put this to the side. So I'm gonna put it with the done pile. I'll set that over here. You can kind of see it. Here, let me do this. There, you can see the chest, which guys I'll show everything once it's fully built. Okay. Okay. Now we're going to build his belly. And then which is gonna be the belly's easy. So you want this piece. You want it this going down, so it's almost like a trophy. You want to take B17. So let me grab this and I'll be right back. So that's this double ball joint piece there, and that you're going to put that on. So let me just pop off, boom. Let me attach it. So you're going to, this is how this is going to go at the top and push in, and that's it. Wait, oh, we're not done. Okay, so now we're gonna add the back. We're gonna add the well, like so. This is gonna build this. So this has those two posts. This is gonna go on both sides, and that will both get pushed in right there. So let me just get it pushed in all the way, or as far as it'll go. There you go. And but yeah, you want to make sure the details are the right way. Yeah, there. Because there's two little posts. There's four ports, and then there's four posts. That's how you know you want it, and you want to make sure it's going down, not up. Because if you did, then you would have something wrong, and then you had to take it apart. And Just give it squeeze and make sure everything's tight in is locked in. So that way these blue lines up and then these well yellow. And there you go. There, that's done. I'll put that right here. You can see the mask, see basic, see arm. Here, there. Let me do this. No. Let's see. Yeah, because once I finished, because I got out, still have the crotch. Yeah, so I built the crotch. I always move like the hand if I need to. But there. You can get like an idea of it here. Of it. That way I can put like the crotch and the leg right behind it. Okay, so crotch, we're gonna need the spare parts. So okay. And the ball joint, and then let's see, let me see what piece. This one. You want this one up, and you want this one with the little ring. It looks like this way. Angled outwards. It looks like that way, and then angled up. So let me rotate it up and then push it in. Push it. All right, no, we'll check the instructions. Hold on. Is it outwards? It looks like I have it the wrong side, so let me see if the other side works easier. Flip it. Oh yeah. Yeah, you want it with the little like half circle outward. Because this went on within like a second. Okay. I'm just gonna bring the pieces down so it's kind of like weighing the instructions down. There, you can see the little part of it there. Okay. So yeah, it looks you want it out. So it's like this. And then you want to take right, so it's like this direction point. It's no piece, so okay. And then we're gonna set all right, there's like three pieces going on. So yeah, they show it going out. I see it now. There's a little diagram. Okay. So now, and you want to take another one of those, the same little ball joints with the half cut and the piece. Yeah, that way, because this will sit together and then this will. And what piece? So this will go out. Put that tab. It's this piece. Let me just see what orientation. Right. So opposite. It's this way. Just holding it on while I attach, slide it on. Because this is going to form his crotch. It's just going to be a little bit harder sliding on because there's like little tabs and stuff. press on it too hard. So I'm gonna see if I can sandwich this together in a sec. So I'm just gonna do this again off camera because this is kind of hard for me with these little tabs. I don't want to mouse poke myself with it. I don't want to like go too hard. Yes, I'll go in. Go in your home. Go in your home. My grandson they could have had it like reverse. So I'll check. Because yeah, I'm holding a small piece, getting this rotated. So still trying to get it on. Well, the little socket on, then I can attach it to the front. The crotch. Just seeing if I can get it on now. And one side went on and now this side won't. So let me look at the instructions and make sure I have it the right way. It should go on. It's the same side, so we just gotta push harder than I can always try this off the ball joint, off the post, and then attach it and then put that back on. Let me see if I can get this off and then I'll slide it on and pop it on. This side's not going on. It's just like a small space. Just to go in. I don't know if it's like stuck or something. Do I have it wrong? This side's supposed to be on the front, and then the other side's supposed to be here. Let me look at the instructions. So give me a minute while I figure out what is going on. No, they're the same pieces, though. It doesn't. It go beyond. It should going on. Just off camera. So maybe I just need something like to push on that little bit, little section. Okay, give me a sec. Here, come on, go in your home. Go in your home. Go in your home. Is that starting to stress? Or no? Like it would like unless I just off clean. Yeah, it's not starting to stress. I just didn't pull it off. All right. Let's see if I can get this together. Gosh. See if I can slide it off and then retouch it. So I'm gonna go till I can grab a tweezer and then this might oh that tweezer's I use. So. Aren't you moving? Aren't you moving? What? There we go, I got it. I got off that mount, so let me see if I can swap them around and see if that works. I don't know why one side went on easily and now this side's giving me trouble. What's going on? Something's not like going in its home. Yeah, you want that half circle out. And you want that going there. And it's not like connecting. Why aren't you connecting? What's I do wrong? So this is maybe it's a thinner one that goes there. But they look this. Let's see if we can remove this then. Let me see if I can remove them all together and then swap it. This over here. Why? Come on, please come off. Please come off. I'll see if I can get my like a nail under there so I can pull it. I got like some of it's removed, but not all of it. Because I could have put like on the wrong side. Like that could have been why it's giving me an issue. But it's not really like to hold it. Get it off. It's not tight. And I need to. Wait, no. Thinking. On. See if I can get it loose. I'm moving it, but I hope it's coming off. if I pull this way. No, that's only popping off. And get my fingernail underneath. I can stop. Still trying to get off, but I have an idea. Just can't push too hard. Get off. Because I can try doing this way. Still doing it off camera. Just in case. See, I just need to like get like an inch of it off, or like yeah, like an inch centimeter off. That way I can like fit the tweezers underneath, and then I can get it off the manual that way. It's not budging. My view. It's hard to tell if there's opening or not. both have a s- instructions look like the same piece, so we're gonna need to go back on and continue. It's because I'm literally, well, I try and get this off and it's not working. But now I gotta get this piece on it. Maybe there is supposed to be no gap and I had it wrong. So it could be right the first time. This was right. So yeah, it might have been wrong. So let's get this on. Hold it in, I'll rotate. Maybe if I push this together with the other side and push hard, and that might help too. Yeah, that's how you want it. You want it well, the right way. I just said it wrong. But now I just gotta squeeze this together to get this side in. Just help me. And try, because I can at least try putting it on the waist and then pushing hard on that, and so that's together. Might work out better. It's me pushing, forcing that in. If not, I can just try popping apart the waist. So you want this piece on the front, and you want the butt on the back. So this one, oh, this one. So this goes on the back with the tab. The tab, because there's a tab, and then that's where this will tab in. On, and then the front goes on the front. So I'm gonna get this, and if it get good, then I'll continue the belt. If not, I'll go back against the valve. Shit. That's not. It's not even going in his home. Well, like the bottom of the crotch is. The hips could still move, so it should be good. Just seeing if I can, get it better. And you can't really see some gaps. Just gonna like still squeeze it and just more squeezing. You can't really tell there's a gap. Thing is, this side it almost looks like flawless, and then obviously the bottom, but I don't display them with the bottom. I want scratch showing, because yeah, that's not budging. It's not moving, but it won't really come in tabs. So okay, I'll call that done. I'm gonna fight with it all night. Okay, so let me bring it back in, middle back in. So let's build the legs so we can get done. Just gonna do it like that. That way you can like see, and then that, then the head. So let's build legs. So then after the leg, I'll take a break and get a drink. Fresh drink. Okay. So I need. Okay, I'm just still checking. B110 because this is kind of hidden. 10 and B with the. Yeah. Yep. I got it. Okay. Let's finish Wolverine. This brew. 9 and 10. Yeah. 10, 9. This piece. Where you can see everything. And that piece. And let me grab the other side. 9. The 8 will go on the opposite side. This is gonna form his hips section, his hips. Now we're here. So now we are going to take this one, this one. I want to have the post going forward with the tab up, I think. Let me double check to make sure. Tabs up, I see an image. Image. And then you want to just align this up with the other side and tab it in. Like that. And just off camera, but yeah, that lays one thigh, and then you want to make sure that little tab up. Up, and now we're gonna build the lower, well, the rest we're gonna still continue. So you want 12 and 1. That's 1. So you with these, this post goes in here again. So you want to line it up, but you want the notch. So I see it how it goes. So you want to put this in here, well, and this goes in the bottom space. So you want to push in, so push it in, not going in, and you're going in. And I just didn't like the camera because it went in when I took it off. So yeah, he's gonna have a double jointed knee bend. So then you just want to make sure that little bit is lined up with that, and then just well tab in your knee. That's well going on the other side of it, like there, and then just push in. Make sure it's all nice in. That way, you have one. You have a double knee bend in Wolverine. So that would be nice with clothes in. So it's almost like you can't see the gaps. Just making sure that's flat so we can like see the little, yeah, like the little ripple right there, that little detail there. That's nice and smooth. Okay. And then you want to take, well, we're gonna build this hip and knee, and then, but yeah, let's add the leg armor. So you want to take these pieces right here, and then one's gonna be on the right, one's gonna be on the left. So I don't know if I got the right side. So you want, I don't know which way's front, which way's back. You want this at the, okay, it looks like this. It's off and see if it looks good, if it's better on this side. Because I can see like the little vents in this suit where it goes. I might have had it backwards. No, I had it right. There's no thing I gotta do real quick. Yeah, so let me just, I think I got the correct sides. This is just gonna go right here, and then on these little posts at the bottom. That way they line up and well, in place like that. That way, the lines are going towards the back up. That way, it's like all seamless. And let me just give it a little bit push on the back too, because I saw that there like that. Okay, so we're gonna set this to the side for a minute. Well, we're gonna get the hip going and then the foot assembly. So yeah, the hip, foot, and knee. So you want to take one of these. Let me grab the panels real quick. 3 and 4. This is his right leg too, so make sure the dent is like angling out towards the right, that little bit angle to the right. So it would go. So there's a post and the little post, port and post. I just grab the other one. There, the hip is done. I'm gonna put that right there. Let's grab the knee pad. Well, there's 2 knee pads, so it's here. Which one? I want to take this one. It has like a double hinge, and you want to bend it. And the L shape. So here, let's build it. I'll attach it. I'll do the foot in a sec. That will go up there, and this will make his little hip. The knee pad. There is a little like notch up there. You see, that will go right here. And that way you know like which way's up and which way's down. Okay, so then how this is like an L, we're gonna build this foot real quick. Okay, so I'm gonna set this aside. So you want to take one of these and take this. Let's take one of those. So now I'm just gonna get the little spare foot, the filler, the foot filler. So take this piece on the through and let me grab the peel, the rest of the foot. Okay. So with this section, there is a little like hook. It's like a little friction. So tabs, this is gonna go up in there. Boom. So now the foot. So this is gonna go at the back. with the foot, and there's little like post tabs. I'm just gonna bring this forward, and that way kind of get it easier. And this would go with back opposite ports up front. That way. Yeah, but split done. So now with that angled piece that how I mentioned. Go on the bottom. There, and we have those. All right, dark one to come in, so I have to go let her in before she's coming. All right. She's slaying right now. Okay, but yeah, you want to put that. So it's just computer. And then this is gonna go at the bottom port post and push it in. Snapped in. There we go. That's Wolverine side. So his foot can go back and forth. His toe can bend up. Right there, it's on that there. Do like how the foot goes in, and you can see like all like details of the sole, everything how it's like right there, even split knee bend, double knee bend, and then probably a little thigh rotation as well. So I'm gonna just build the other leg. I'm just gonna lay right there, and so pretty much everything over there. Those little bits right there, they're extra bits. So there's extra arms pegs and the extra hand peg and wait, I'm double checking, make sure I didn't miss any piece. So yeah, one was for the arm, and the other one. I'm gonna double check, make sure because I didn't miss any piece. I don't think I did because there's those. Yeah, that was an extra neck peg. They have two neck pegs for the two different heads. No, because yeah, they use the same heads. They use the same head, so you'll have two extras. Then okay. So yeah, I'm just gonna build the left leg, and then I'll have Wolverine done. So I'm just gonna kind of probably just get all the parts out and then put it all together. Just gonna put the extras that I don't need to the side. So yeah, I'm just gonna build the left leg. So right leg will be kind of right there. Sit right there. That's his right foot. That's his right foot. That's his right arm. Put it right there. I'll put the crotch right there. I'll put the chest piece. I'll put the other chest piece, the chest right there. I'll put the head right here so we can like sit. I'll do that there. That way, at least you can you can see everything. So now we're just going to take pretty much everything off the sprue, but I'm just going to build it quick. I'll do it on frame so that way it's can see it. Okay. Just pop the pieces off and then I'll put everything on. And we'll have another sprue empty. Okay. This piece. And a little bit. Even. Okay. Grab your thigh. Armor. Okay. Once you peg this in, and you want to make sure the notch goes up. 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 So yeah, up. So I'm gonna talk about this before I put it on. So there is this like little notch right there you could see. This like little like notch how it's cut out. That's there's gonna be a notch. That's basically how much movement you'll have. That's how you know how much movement you'll have. But granted, when you put this side on, you can't see it because there is a little tab that will go in, and that will just limit your that will be your guide. So let me just get this middle Peel it down and then see, I'm gonna just manually and do it again. Maybe I didn't have it. Okay, let me just give it a little peg squeeze because that bottom bit didn't go in as flush as the other side did. But there, that's like that. Okay. Okay, there. So that's at least the upper thigh, and now I'm just gonna get the parts with the lower thigh, and then well, okay. But and we're gonna have a sprue empty in a sec. I take the knee pad off here too, because on this runner sprue. Just throwing this in the box. Come on, come on. There you go. Okay. There I have the pieces ready popped off. Okay. So same thing. We want the this one go out, so that way that's gonna be the outward. And it just put it in right there, so that way it's in. We go up from there. And then you want to take the other side and just peg it on there, following that little design. Done. And just do the knee pad now because it already popped it off. I'll attach that. Boom. Mm, 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 mm. So just the black bits and the rest of it. So you want to take these. So you want it so you can see, sorry. So you can see this, the going up is the back and going down is the front. That's the way I figured it out. Going up is the back, going down is the front. That's the easiest way I could put it. That piece. There. So that way it's, it's kind of aligned up. That way it's seamless. Okay, let's build the foot. I'm gonna grab the foot panel and then the hip panels too. So I'm just gonna pop pretty much everything off. And in a few seconds, we'll have the screw done. I'm gonna eat there and then I'll build the spider kit, Spider-Man. Then I'll talk about a few other things in that one. Okay, that's a little bit. But I'll still do Wolverine's articulation too, and I'll show his possibility with the non-battle mode and the battle mode. So, go on. And sprue empty. We're all 5 sprues done. There's the box in the back. Okay, I'm just gonna quickly do the foot. So, and then I'm just gonna just move the instructions because I'm done with that. Well, for now. Yeah, they just talk about the head replacement, the hand and head replacement, but that'll show in a minute. Two. Okay, yeah, I see why. So you do only need one of these ball joints because this is going to be the head, how we're going to attach the head on. So only one. You get two just in case to be safe. Okay. I can do it straight too because this is going to be quick. Lock it on. There we go. Okay. Because, yeah, I have everything right here. All the pieces I need. And the foot joint. That's right there. And hip. So, yeah, let's do the hip first because it's quick and easy. So, this is going to be the left. So, make sure it's pointing this way. Then just this on top, on the side, and boom, hip done. Just make sure that's smooth. I'll try to squeeze the crotch on better, but yeah, there's that. Okay, I'll put this to the side. Take these bits. Take these bits. I'll send this to the side for a minute. There, this is a little friction, so get clip on it. So that will go up. There, it'll like snap. If you heard it snap. So I'm gonna do it a different way. I'm going to just angle it and drop it down, yeah, but that works. Okay, or not. There, now that way. But yeah, like I said, I do like that detail for the foot. There. That's done. Now I'm just gonna do the same with the other one, the big ones. That's nice. See, we didn't really see this, but Marcus decided to, hey, let's do it. Okay, there. So add the angle one and make sure you want it, straight, not add an angle. So I'm kind of bend it and then just slide it in. Okay, I don't know which way is easier, but yeah, let's turn this side. And making sure it's in all the way so it doesn't pop out. But I mean, it's not like that hard. So you do kind of have ankle tiltage. So attach. So that's going to go right there. Snapped in. So that way you get forward, backwards. Oh, no, never mind. It wasn't fully in all the way. Snapped in. There we go. Now we get that way. And if you rotate it, you could get outwards. So inwards. That's nice. Low articulation. That you could say it's in articulation. Okay. Then you want to just drop this in. That will go right in there. Let me just make sure it's pushed in. Because it's in. I don't know if it's like all the way in. I mean, I'll find out one way or another. Hey, let me see what. Okay, well, we're gonna attach the leg. I'm gonna work on my way up. So legs, grab him, and we're gonna hit him on the crotch. They're telling me the instructions are telling me the opposite way. I'm doing this way. Snapped in. There we go. Well, that one wasn't in all the way. Okay. Snapped in. Let me make sure this is all in if it's in. There we go. So yeah, it's a drop down joint. Nice. I'm just trying to get it like even. And they both went on. How funny. So let me do it again. Snapped in. Oh, come on. I got it in, and the ball joint came out, and then it came off the ball joint. There. There. Next level. Let's build. Let's attach his. Oops. We want the blue lines going forward like this. And that will just peg it in to that ball joint. That we have ab joint next. And then, well, the first level will go on the same way on that bigger on that yellow ball joint. This one you have to just drop in and make sure it's in because it's not, it won't. But yeah, that's nice. Like, I guess a good angle for the head height. The height is a little imbalanced. So I'm trying to fix this balance there. That looks good. Let me see. There we go. But yeah, he looks good. Actually, yeah, I'll do a full body shot when I'm done. Do the floating. I'll move the box out of the way. So I'm gonna attach the shoulder, the arms with the armor first. And I'll do articulation in a minute. And it's in. There we go. Make sure these are kind of straight. There we go. He looks good. That's it. So, I mean, granted, if you want, you could just put one ball joint on this one and then remove the head ball joint. But we'll see. So that's going to go in, and then we're going to keep it straight. Do not message me or do that. Okay. Sorry, someone just came online on the PlayStation. I just saw that. Okay, let me get this on because this could be a. Right, this could be a minute. It's back in. I should drop it so something else comes untapped. Go on. As on, let me just get him straightened out and then because his arm went forward slightly. There, I'm almost done. Almost have a fully built Logan. As again, someone else turns on the PlayStation, or at least go logs on. So I still have that on where I can know who's on, who's not. Fine. Just also making sure all the joints are well. He looks in straight for a minute. No, bring it over. There we go. Over. Head straight. I'm just keeping the head straight on that ball joint. That's on it. I'm just trying to get him like a looking straight. Almost got it. And just realized I used the wrong ballot head. So I just noticed that. So I just realized I used the wrong head because that was the ballot one. Yep. Okay. Well, the ballot head. I just noticed that. So there we go. I got the normal, like, closed mouth expression face on. Now I'm going to reattach. Oh no, it was just the hip, not the whole like leg section. Whole leg section. There we go. Okay, I'll get him straightened out. Bit better. Yeah, there we go. There you have Marvel's Wolverine for Blokees. Done. At least straight from Deadpool and Wolverine. But granted, if you play Marvel Rivals, this version, this skin does appear in the game. And I actually do have this skin on the game. Well, I'll use it as Wolverine when I play him. But there you go. There is Blokees. Wolverine, yeah. So Let's talk about, well, supposedly, yeah, I know he's kind of like an angle, but there we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. It just looks like the right side was a little bit more out, was more in. Okay, so let's talk about posability. Add the neck can go down, so we can look down. Can that way if you want to look up or like maybe open controls on. That's the normal head, so I can look down. Can't look down on normal head, so side slide, yep. Arms forward, full 360. You got the forward and back, so there you go. If you move the shoulder pad up, that way you can, okay or not. Because I was thinking if you can get the arm up out of the way so you can get outward movement. Like that. Do this again. There. I mean, that's probably how far you're gonna get out then. So there's at least you get some outward. And then you can, adjust the angle of the shoulder pads, like have them like out like that or down. Slightly angle. Arms can do a full 360. There's no backpack, so there's not that. You get double bend. No issues there. You get you get fist rotation. And or remote, not posable, but you can kind of move it up and down right there. You can kind of see that little movement. Waist. You get double ab crunch right there. So if you do that, then it just reveals that on the back. Do that, then that's on the front. So that way you can get like it's running at you. But yeah, that's nice. I do like it. All the articulation. His hips can go that far forward. So yeah, he can kick you right there and then you can go back. Or like on a drop down joint. So it's so it might work better. So that's the better one. Yeah, you can get them like that, but yeah, that's not how I'll have it happen. But if you want, you could, if you have it, if it's both right, because that one side give me a lot of issues that delayed it, extended the build and delayed parts. Okay, knee bend, double knee joint. That's nice. Foot can go down that far, can go forward that far, and have the ankle tilted full on ankle. Well, sorry, not ankle tilted to the foot. The toe can go up. You get broken ankle, and you get some ankle tilt too. That's nice. And the toe can go up. So this is just his normal stance. You can do it like this, or you can swap out because there's optional pieces. So I'm gonna remove the head. In order to remove the head, I'm gonna remove the arms. I'm gonna remove the whole shoulder. I'm going to pop off his shoulder, and these are everything else that is staying on. Is staying on because now let's get him into Wolverine because he's not a friendly guy. Well, he's the best at what he does. He's the best at what he does, and it's not very nice. Now we know. Okay, so you want to remove shoulders, remove the shoulder completely, and you want to just remove the fist. It's on the ball joint. So you are left with this. And just do the same for the other side, and I'm just gonna put this head to the side. And I'm just gonna do the same thing with the other arm. And there. So now you want to bring in these shoulders, this, these claws, and the other head. So we're just gonna the shoulders. They're quick and easy. But on They're both the same for right and left, so it's not like it's just if you want, you can like do that, or if you want, you can like have one side with the shoulder armor and one without the shoulder armor. There, that's with the comp on. Granted, I'll put in some posts and there. So you still get the same range, but you get a little bit more because this one doesn't have the shoulder pad, and depending on how you have the arm set too. But yeah, with the claw. Yeah, let me do the other shoulder real quick. Quick. Yeah, you can create some iconic poses of them or from the game because this, like I said, was mentioned in Marvel Rivals. I'll talk about that more in Spider-Man. Well, what other characters they have, but that's more Rivals because they do. They have other characters from Rivals too. Three others at the moment. Well, three in total. They'll add technically four. It's like I said, the skin was mentioned. It was in is in the video game. Uh, Marvel Rivals, and I do play that, so you might see me on there too. Well, I'm playing with my friends when I play Marvel Rivals again. Okay, there. But yeah, it's do like the figure. It's well posable. Only just the crotch, that little section of the joint, getting it together is well stiff on my copy. Like you saw, I have that issues with it, but the detail is nice. The texturing they put on it is good. Posing the posability is great. It's what Wolverine should have. So that way you can like get like a bunch of claw face. You can do many different poses. The face, the different heads, so you can get like that. It would have been nice if they gave him like a maskless head, so you can like have a masked head without the mask. That would have also been a good option too for Wolverine too, because you know how sometimes he doesn't always wear his mask. But if they're this is their this, but he did also didn't have it in the movie for some time because then he didn't really wear the mask until the final battle scene. He put on his cowl. But yeah, you never know with Wolverine because he depends on his mood he's in. Somebody's like, like quiet you or something like that. Or like he's getting raped by it, or you never know. Yeah, you can pose him in many different ways. But yeah, it's a model kit. You just gotta take time to build it. But yeah, you can get some poses out of it. So you can do like that too. But yeah, I mean, it's stable, you can see. So yeah, that's nice. You can do like a bunch of different poses. You can bring like both claws forward or do like, oh, it's almost like that, like it's showing the claw in front of his face. Or if you want, you could probably position it. So that way it looks like it's almost the classic symbol, that symbol too. But yeah, it's a good kit. Only just like I mentioned, the crotch again, the issues. But I mean, I managed to get away with it. Well, it's still like that. And yeah, you do have that swivel. So if you want, you can like rotate his waist and then do it like that too. And that's also a nice pose for Wolverine. But also, if you like do that, that way it's like he's roaring at you, yelling at you, or snarling at you, because he'll snarl at sometimes. Because that way he doesn't really talk. He's more of an action. But yeah, or he's like almost leaning over. Yeah, you can get him. It's a good figure. I do recommend it if you're a Logan fan or play him on Marvel Rivals or as you know it, the Wolverine. Yeah, or if you're but yeah, it's a good hit. Only that one issue right there with the crotch, but I'll see if I can get it fixed. But yeah, hopefully I don't have that in Spider-Man. I just realized because they share the same skeleton. But yeah, it's good. You can do it like that. You can get it that like it's gonna, stab his claws in it and then bring him up. So or pin him to the wall. They do have a Deadpool, which is based on Deadpool and Wolverine. I didn't see that at the con. I can order him so then I can get a Deadpool. But we'll see what I do. Because also I don't know where I'm gonna place these two figures. Probably be at least on the same shelf. Or we'll see. And they may have space for two of them, but we'll see. But yeah, you can do it like that. At least like his joints are just right there, and then it's like he's holding you, then he's bringing his other hand out, and he's going to well, just claw. But yeah, he does look good. All that detail you saw, how it almost looks like the suit's actual textured. It's over for the claw. Granted, there's no stickers, or that would be a lot worse. But yeah, so if you want the kit that's scales with the other figures, with the other champion class figures, and that's it takes only like a couple hours to build. Like you saw, it took around 2.5 hours, but yeah, not that long time because it can take kits could take longer, and then that's more time. Then you have to plan more time to build a Marvel kit. But yeah, if you're like Wolverine, then this is a definite buy for at least from it if you're a fan of that or Marvel characters in general. I don't know if they have DC characters, so that would be a good thing to look around if you're a DC fan. But yeah, everything the little elbow, heads, the shoulders could do that. That makes like it's going to well, you know, what Wolverine does. You know it. Move that one down, bring that one forward. That's the back. He almost fell, so I don't want that. I'm just gonna see if I can get him over there. That way I can do it like that. Let's see. It's gonna attack you. But yeah, it's just balancing. Okay, let me bring this down, bring that forward and more. Stand, Logan. Maybe if I bring this hip up and then bring this one down. So, yeah. But yeah, the Spider-Man one is a great kit too, but I'll talk about that more in that video, that stream, which will be soon. Maybe an hour or two from now. Well, when because I'm building this live, but hour or two from now, you'll see like maybe another video from me of a different kit over there. That way you can like see both claws. Stand. But yeah, there you go. There, I'll just slowly rotate it. But yeah, that way it's like he's ready to fight you. Or it would have been nice since if this is based on Deadpool Wolverine, he had the longer arms. He had the more armor on on the side, and then in the movie he removed his sleeves so that way they didn't get them blocked away. Or it would have been nice to give him the shirtless because in the end the bike goes off. But yeah, that's nice. It's a nice option for Wolverine fan up there with all that detail. Right there, that one up. That one's like, yeah, there you go. But yeah, like I said, I've been the Ultimate Wolf. You can find the Ultimate Wolf on Twitch, the Ultimate Wolf on Discord, the Ultimate Wolf on Instagram. You can find Ultimate at Ultimate Wolf 19 on X/Twitter. / the Ultimate Wolf YT on Reddit, all capital. But yeah, I've been the one, the only Ultimate Wolf.